how do I innovate? So tell me why or how you even get to that place where that becomes your central focus.
It's a different type of creation. One is creating the bubble, the really cool area where you can thrive inside your home, I think, which is, both sides of this are great. The other side is just the innovation. So what I read and I study every day, I avoid the news, not because I want to be silly and not know what's going on, but because I do realize it's going to be the same thing with just different numbers. So we get it. We're in this pandemic, if you want to call that, together, and I understand that. But what's coming out of that is new science, and it's coming quick. It's coming very quickly, and you're seeing regulations that are old and unnecessary and have been around for 150 years, but don't really pertain to today. Yeah. You're seeing those get stripped away, and you're getting to see the next level and the next level of greatness happen. Yeah. I really love the fact that our kids were learning everything through their screens anyway. Now they're going to learn how to do school well through those screens. But then we're also going to have to innovate ways for the kids to relate to each other, to connect and be together. Yeah. And I think that's also good, because you and I would just go outside and play, which I still think is a good idea. Even today, just stay your social distance. But I get the good. But the innovations are what's going on right now, and that's what I look at. I look at what's being created, what's new. Stem cells, exosomes, these things that we know have been immunomodulatory. We know have been. They will boost an immune system. We don't have any question. We know that they will affect reparation and regeneration of tissue. Mm-hmm. We know that they affect inflammation in a very positive way. They've had patients. We've got research on it where patients have been really, really hurt and in a very bad way, and took stem cell or mesenchymal stem cells, and we were able to have them recover. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing a lot of this innovation that probably would have had to drag its feet without an event. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing that happen.
And accelerated?
It's accelerated, and it's accelerated, I would say it's greatly accelerated because it's what's working. So that's the excitement behind it. So for me, I look at the excitement of what's new, what's coming.
And so what do you think is coming, the future of medicine, out of all of this, as you look forward with your vision?
Yeah, it's a great regeneration, true regeneration. We know that we can affect an immune system and boost it. We know that we can affect inflammation and create the correct type. There are several types of inflammation, and you need some of those, right? And be able to create the correct type and not create the wrong type, which can kill you because your body's trying to win, right? That's what it's doing. But I see true regeneration coming very quickly. Regeneration to an immune system, regeneration to a digestive system. We're seeing a lot of that, cardiovascular health. But and I also see a little more patient responsibility plus this is very exciting because it's not funny when someone comes up to us and says, hey, I don't care about any of this stuff. I'm going to leave my mask off and go cough on people in line in Walmart. Yeah. That's not funny. No. It's not. It's a wrong. There are rules we need to follow. Follow those rules.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
But the innovation that I am seeing is, how do I relate to somebody else and yet follow these rules? How do I develop? You're developing still this circle of friends in a way. Well, a lot of the kids can do it. I don't know that we do it as well. It's kind of hard to Skype or FaceTime or whatever it is, Zoom. But we learn how to do it, right? So I think those innovations, education is going to have good innovations right now. I think that's going to happen, and it's going to be better and better. I think you'll be able to elevate teachers that want to elevate. I'm a big fan of teachers, anyway, so I'm a big fan of teachers, but you'll be able to elevate that. I think a lot of our medicine will become telehealth. We're doing that here at the office, telemedicine, where we can say, okay, give me all of your symptoms. Okay, what do we really need to do in the next short time? Here's our medium, and then here's our long-term goals to be able to solve this problem completely. I think that's exciting.
So from your paradigm of growth,
yeah,
how do you look at the news cycle?
I find it to be absolutely unnecessary. It doesn't help me at all, except in what's new, truly new, not agenda-based. Unfortunately, a lot of it is agenda-based, however you want to look at that, whether it's somebody else's agenda and you want to point at and say, hey, this is stupid because that guy said this, right? Or if you're on the other side of the aisle, hey, this guy, right? I don't find it to be useful at all. I will sometimes watch the weather, but they're only right really for tomorrow. The next day, they'll actually tell you 3 days out, we don't know. It could be something new. So But I do look for the true news. What is new out there? You know me, I stay out of the rest of it because it's not useful for my patients. I really do, as you do. We look at how do you help people heal and grow. So, it's not useful to most people's brain or mindset. Sleep is a very difficult thing for people in this country, and a lot of times the news is the last thing they'll watch before they go to bed. And I think this is tragic. You should be watching comedy. We've said that for 30 years together. You should not be watching news just before you go to bed. It's a bad idea. It's bad stuff, right? However, how about this John Krasinski, Jim from The Office, the show The Office, Some Good News. He's put out a whole YouTube channel on some good news. And you know what? He's kind of a hero now of mine. I went, there you go. So that kind of thing. I think you can find anything that you want to further your own opinion, you're going to be able to find out there. Nothing out there will change your opinion. We found that to be just the case too. So is it a useful opinion? I think needs to be addressed. Yeah. Is that useful to other people? Does it help? So and that's kind of how I look at news. I mean, but I look at all the new stuff. Hey, we injected this thing in, and this person that was 350 pounds, that was intubated for 3 days, recovered in 48 hours. Now that's the thing that I'm going like, well, what did we do? How do we know? Let's figure that one out. So that's mine. Yeah. Growth.
Yeah, and staying solution based. It sounds
yeah,
like.
it's more joy for me to stay solution based.